June 16th. We're off down the Thames River for a trip to Greenport, Long Island. We go almost every year at this time. Weather looks poor here, but it was quite nice, and it brightened up beautifully later in the day. There was an east wind blowing, which is great for us as we were going east on the Sound. Turned out to be one of the best rides we ever had. Nice and smooth all the way. Amazing how few boats were out that day. "38 miles later, we were at Greenport. Here goes a ferry, Shelter Island Ferry. Docks right next to Mitchell Park Marina, which is where we were going in right now. We called them on the radio and they said, oh, hold on a second, we're busy. Didn't look too busy to us, but who knows. So we said, let's motor in anyway, since we knew where we were going. We make a reservation for slip B14, which is easy in, easy out. See, there were some big boats in there. Several joined them during the 5 days we were there. It's a popular spot for rich guys, I guess. One year we saw somebody come out for their boat by helicopter. And they call us, and so we say, okay, we know where we're going. We got the camera tilted a little bit low here. Something I didn't notice because the viewfinder was closed. But we corrected that later. Yep, that's where we want to go. Over to the left a little bit. There's B14. Nice main ship park there. And the guys are going to appear. There they are. One of the best dock crews around. We had the lines up on the deck, so as we went by and stopped, they could just pick the lines off, and we could stop. Docking the easy way. Saw a lot of interesting boats. Most came in just for the day. Many want to shop or dine in Greenport. Many come from Shelter Island, which is only just about a mile and a half across the bay. When you come in for what they call a day stay, because you're not going to be there overnight, they put you against that bulkhead. There's a little floating dock there, and you have to climb up. There's us sitting out at B14. There's the east wind. You can see our flag still blowing. We love it out there. Fine place to be. And we took this from the East Pier, what they call the East Pier, which is where the big, expensive yachts dock. And so the yachts come and go. This is one we consider a pretty ugly boat, but this is taken with our GoPro mounted on the back of the flying bridge. And this guy just leaned on that bow thruster. I mean, I could have done it without a bow thruster. And he leaned on it. And he finally realized he had engines. Okay. Turn it around. It's not tight, believe me. Not at all. I don't know why people buy boats that look like that, but I guess they think they're beautiful. That's fine. And off he goes on another adventure, I guess. This is Mitchell Park itself. Beautifully kept. This is a village of 2,100 people. Has some of the best public works I've ever seen. This park is immaculate all the time. And another day stay boat. This is one of many we saw. Another bow thruster guy. He just couldn't get it up against that wall without that bow thruster. I had a single engine boat for years and I didn't have a bow thruster. And it actually took this guy about 10 minutes to dock. But he made it. Greenport used to be pretty funky when we first started going there. But the folks from New York have moved out, bought lots of the houses, knocked them down and built bigger ones. This is Main Street. Neat, clean, chic, very chic shops now. Those lines have been there as long as we've been going there, but and an old shipyard still there. It's actually many. This is the big corner, Times Square, Main and Front Street. Lots of nice shops now and expensive cars. Sometimes I miss the old Greenport. But it's fine the way it is. Claudio's dock, Preston's dock, and right next to Claudio's, the old bait shop. This is the park at Pipes Cove. Also a village operation, beautifully kept. A wonderful spot to keep a boat if you could get a mooring. We walked out on that pier, and that's what it looked like from the end of the pier. Beautiful green water, clean. Makes you want to dive right in, except the water was pretty cold. And the osprey nest, feeding osprey. We love to see osprey, particularly at this time of year when the little ones are learning to fly. But after 5 days, it was time to turn around and leave. The wind had shifted. You can see from the flag now, it's a west wind. So we're going to have the wind behind us again for a nice shot across the sound. Nobody there. It was a Tuesday morning. Nobody there. But that's okay. Maybe we'll see these big boats next time we come back. Maybe later this season. Time to get moving. That's Shelter Island in the distance. where the ferry runs. We didn't visit this year, although we usually do. Wake up those engines and get moving a little faster. Although it's never fun to go home when we've had such a good time. Heading out to Gardiner's Bay. Always a good visit when we go to Greenport. There's a lighthouse at the end of Long Beach. We got back to New London. We actually had to stop because the Navy was bringing a sub out. You probably can't see it in these pictures, but it's right up there in the center of the screen. And it's being handled by a tug. It was about a half hour, 25 minute wait. We were told to stay over to the left-hand side of the channel. And then we're back in good old Norwich. And as cool as the breeze was out in the Sound, it was pretty hot in here. Not a lot of wind in this little fairway that we dock in. I make that turn again. Don't want to get any branches up there in my anchor. Francis is ready on the back with a stern line. There we go. GoPro dropped a couple frames there. And in we go. Yep, we're going to miss the branches this time. Oh. It's a little early to throw the line, Francis. You don't have to yet. Oops. Oh well. Guess we'll keep that out of the prop. Let's try again. If you'd been able to pull us over, we wouldn't have bumped into that piling. But that's all right. It's boating. We're coming back from a wonderful trip. We didn't use the air conditioning all week, but when we got back to the dock, I had to turn it on. Looking forward to our next trip.